I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Blade Runner 2049 being as great as the original Blade Runner. I'm Chad Sabourin, guys, and I'm here to talk to you about Blade Runner 2049. No spoilers, of course. Let's just get into it right now. Blade Runner, the original, is my favorite science fiction film. As of right now, it is my favorite. All time. And so when I heard that there was a sequel being made, I was like, why? Why? Then I saw who was behind the camera, Roger Deakins. And then I saw who was directing it, Denis Villeneuve, who directed Prisoners, Sicario, Enemy, Arrival. And then I saw that Ryan Gosling was in it. And then I saw Harrison Ford was returning, and I was like, alright, what could possibly go wrong with all this? Nothing. Nothing went wrong. This film is a masterpiece, in my opinion. Let me just get into it right now with the premise of the film, because that's all I'm going to say. So the premise is literally about police officer, aka Blade Runner, Agent K, played by Ryan Gosling, uncovers a mystery and basically is trying to uncover it as it unravels as the film progresses, and it deals with a lot of like replicants, which are like robots, obviously humans, corporation, espionage, not espionage, but like theories. Again, I'm being very vague because I'm not going to spoil anything, but that's the general idea. Like it's very vague if you watch the trailer, and that's what I love about the trailers. They don't really reveal that much. Although I will say this: if you haven't seen the original Blade Runner and you're planning to watch this film just straight out of the gate, this is not an action film. It has a few spurts of action, but it is not really an action film. This is like the most expensive art house film ever made. There are sequences where there are like little to no dialogue. There are scenes where the music is very mute almost, and then there are other scenes where it's very bombastic. And to some people that, like, one of my friends actually, he saw the movie with me, and he wasn't the biggest fan of the score, and it's one of those things where, because he didn't like that it was mute in a lot of scenes, and then other scenes it was very bombastic. I liked it because it matches Denis Villeneuve's other films where there are scenes like Sicario, there are scenes where the score is very bombastic, and other scenes where it's very mute, barely audible. That's what I loved about this film, and it matched perfectly the cinematography. The cinematography in this film, very evocative. I can't even really put into words how beautiful this film looks. The camera angles, the lens that they chose, everything just works. The first shot to the last shot, I was immersed into this universe. And I have to say, there was a moment, actually there were several moments, but the first moment that it happened was in like the first couple minutes when you see Agent K basically like flying in his car, and you just see the landscape, and my jaw dropped, and I literally said, and I do not talk during the movies usually, but I literally said, oh my word, that is incredible. This film will blow you away in terms of cinematography if you can appreciate that in films. Now, how does a story work? Like, does it work? Yes, the story works very well, in my opinion. It gets you to think certain things and then pulls the rug out from under you towards the end. It's like, oh shoot, I see what you did there. That's good script writing. The script is very good, and I liked how it took its time with going about things. That matched the pacing of the film. It took its time with unraveling the mystery, and at 163 minutes, this film is long, and to some it might feel that long, and that's fine. But you just have to understand that this is a film that's kind of like trusting the audience to be able to think during this film. It's a very cerebral, organic experience. And when I say organic, I mean the character development happens naturally. Nothing really, honestly, feels forced, at least upon first viewing. When I rewatch it, I don't know, maybe there might be, but as of right now, I don't think I can find that. It's a very organic, wholesome film that is a very, very, very worthy sequel to the original Blade Runner. And I really can't think of any flaws. I was talking to my friends at the end of the film, and they were like, "Oh, well, what about this? And what about this?" And I was able to explain everything. And like, I was upon the first viewing. Like, again, my friends, they're not used to, at least seeing in theaters, films that trust you as the audience to think, not to like spoon feed. There's no real spoon feeding in this film. That's what I also loved about this film. So it trusts the audience, and in trusting the audience, if you are willing to take a risk and see this film and experience no spoon feeding and you trying to figure everything out for yourself, then enjoy Blade Runner 2049, because it is a great experience. And honestly, I can't give it any other rating other than a 5 out of 5 star rating. This film is a great film, and I really can't say anything else about it without spoiling it, other than go to the theater, see it. If you're a smart moviegoer, you've probably already seen it, but if not, go right now. Stop watching this video. Just go and experience Blade Runner 2049. I'm Chad Saborin, guys, and if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. As always, thank you very much for watching.